What do you guys want to talk about?
Welcome to the A-Train Show. And now here's your host, the A-Train, Arlington Lane. Welcome to the A-Train.
Welcome to the A-Train Show. I'm having all kind of technical difficulties today, but welcome. It's Monday right here on Fuel Sports Network. I'm trying to do my little transition to it and decided to say, no, thank you. Hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day to all the fathers that you're a father. Happy Father's Day to you again. But yeah, we're here again. This is Association Clash Monday. And if you were with us on Friday,
welcome to the A-Train Show.
I wish you would stop doing that. It's really ruining my flow right now. Good Lord. Let me get that together first. Yes. Make sure I got my stuff in order. I want my music. Give me my music, please. Thank you. My man is here, so I got to make sure I do it right. When he's in the building, the pastor is back, and the sports pulpit is back open, ladies and gentlemen. Strong. Put some on. There we go. The pastor's in the house, Robert.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good?
All my stuff decided they wanted to go crazy today. But that's the power when you do podcasting live, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, I gotta have an appearance every time. She's gotta have an appearance every time she come on. What's up?
Goodbye.
What's up?
You know she always got to be under her daddy, man.
Hey, ladies, let's look at her, man. She
All right, goodbye, man. Go. I
love you. Mwah, I love you.
On to say he love you. All right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's get it popping, man.
Let's talk. It's a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste any time, man. We're going to start this quick, and then we're going to jump into the meat of it where that's what the sports pulpit is all about, the meat. And in this case here, we got the NBA Finals. We in the Game 5. I'm mad about it because I'm not wanting another game. And I think I just lost Pastor for a second. I'm moving for
oh, yeah, no, I'm here.
He good?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're at Game 5. Don't you? Well, first of all, don't you miss the Father's Day game that you used to be a basketball game on Father's Day?
Yeah,
and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do. I actually do, man. I was looking forward to for the game. You get that good dinner, and then you sit back and watch the game and doze off and go to sleep. Yeah, man, I missed it.
And it wasn't there. Was it there? Yes, Amanda. The pastor has arrived. I know. I know. I made sure that he said he was gonna do it. So here he is.
I'm here.
So NBA Finals, Game 5. Blowout win for the Dallas Mavericks, because I'm looking at this game and I was like, Boston tanked on purpose. I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
On purpose?
You don't lose like that to 38 points. You just
man.
I ain't got no energy for this game. I'm not playing this game. I'm waiting till we get to Boston. We're gonna win it for the people in Boston. And there's a mistake to that, because if you do that and you lose Game 5, then what?
I have a different opinion.
Okay. Knock yourself out, sir.
I honestly believe that Boston tried to cruise this game based on the fact that they knew they was already up 3-0, and they were up in a pretty dominant fashion. If you watch how they played these 3 games, I feel like they just felt like, oh, we can just ice this joker. And they already washed up 3-0. You ain't trying to kind of give it your all, but then at the same time, you can kind of see that lead start dwindling away. Then you want to try to hustle, and play play from the background. So I think Boston thought they was gonna cruise through this one, and it just didn't happen. They were missing shots. They weren't rebounding well. Like the turnovers was major, especially with Drew having 5, who never turns the ball over. It was just a lot. I think it was a combination of the right situation for Dallas, the wrong mindset for Boston. And even if they did want to go back to Boston, that's a danger in that, because you give them boys some life. You should just go on and close it. If you're going to close it, I don't care where you close it. Close that joker. And they did not do it.
Right. And I mentioned the Father's Day game because, what was it, 96 with Jordan? They played Seattle. They was up 3 games to none. They decided to drop those Nas too. And now people will speculate all day, saying, hey, Seattle was on. They was going to come back. They was going to make sure they was going to win. Hey, Mike was making sure, one, he got that boy back in Chicago, and he got it on Father's Day because it was a special day for him in his life.
That's right. They losing his father.
They could have swept them boys easy, but they chose not to. They played.
But Mike is a different beast, though. You got to consider that team was a different beast. That team itself, that Chicago team, is a different. Boston can't afford it. And let's be clear. Boston cannot afford it. You and I had this conversation that if Boston drops these next 2 games, and it goes to a game 7, Boston, I'm telling you right now, if they end up losing this whole entire series, which I don't suspect that they will, but if they do, I'm going to tell you right now, Boston team is going to be busted up. It's going to be all the way busted up. You might well bust it up, because they should have closed it, and I don't care what floor we are on. Close it down. You walk away with a championship. You submit and solidify your legacy. Close it.
And I don't know, nobody has ever come back from an 0-3 deficit to win an NBA, hell, a playoff series. Let's say that. We're going to go further. A playoff series. Nobody has done that in the history of the NBA. And so Dallas is trying to be the first to do it. Miami in Boston,
tried it.
They tried it. Boston tried it and almost succeeded. But the thing is, it's still you got to say one game at a time for these guys. And if Dallas comes out strong in this 5th game, I want y'all to hear me. They come out strong in this 5th game and they mess around and win, history is going to be on the brink. I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Oh, I agree. No, I totally agree with that. I told you. I told y'all, please do not let them boys get past this. If they get one, and the one they should have gotten was game 3, which they did not. But because they dropped game 3, and by winning in this fashion without a Porzingis, remember I told you he was going to be critical. And even though Boston won game 3 without Porzingis, the problem was Boston played different because they wanted to play them and end it. They should have just ended it the other night. They should have ended. It should be over. But I'm gonna tell you, y'all let Kyrie and Luka figure out how to do what they did in Minnesota. And when I tell you right now, they're gonna come back with the same intensity tonight to play them boys. Now it's up to Boston whether or not they're gonna play right, because it wasn't even about the shot making. It wasn't, because I think Jalen had a good number. Jason had a good number. Derek White didn't really do as well, but you still had production from Tim Hardaway Jr. You had production from Lively, who did not play well in game 3 at all. Hardaway barely played at all. So, it's going to be crazy how this goes down. If Dallas wins tonight, it's a series.
So you saying right here, right now, there is more pressure on Boston to win than it is Dallas to lose.
Absolutely. Because Dallas don't have to. What are they playing for? Your back is already against the wall. I'm just playing to have fun now, because at this particular point, I already know that we're one game away from losing it all. So I'm playing for the fun of it. I'm playing to go out there and entertain the crowd and to make sure that I can get our team in the best position to make this comeback. Boston has everything to lose. They lose these next few games, and it goes to a game 7, regardless to whether it's in Boston, whether it's in Dallas. They put themselves in a bind, and they're going to mess up. They're going to explode their team. I'm telling you right now, that team is going to go. When I say next season, it's going to look a whole like they're going to look like a totally different team. Watch, you're going to have to.
Do you get rid of Joe Mazzulla if I know that it's a stretch? Do you get rid of Joe Mazzulla if that happens?
No, because it ain't a Missoula problem. It ain't. It's an ego problem. It's an ego problem. You got to consider, even though they talking about we playing as a team, pay attention to the interviews that Jaylen Brown is having and Jason Tatum is having. Listen to what they're saying. The whole point of it is that one player is like, hey, I'm trying to get us over the hump, and the other player like, we playing as a team. So it's the combination of who's playing for who and why are they what they're playing for. Jason Tatum like, man, I don't need no personal accolades. I'm good. But Jaylen Brown is like, man, look, I'm trying to get us. We don't, if Jay ain't playing right, if this ain't playing, so he's in this personal thing. So I think it's gonna be a player thing.
And I seen in the interviews, I wish I could have got on for it today, but there was Jaylen and Jason Tatum, but they were on the same wavelength. But this is the thing, they were saying like they trying to do it, but there was no sense of urgency. And that's where I was sitting there and I'm looking like, do y'all not realize this is and Tatum was like, this is the biggest game, but if we don't win, why are you even having that type of mindset going into this game? Why are you even thinking about there could be a game 6 or 7 in Dallas and Boston and that's where I'm starting to believe we're going to get a game 6 because of the mindset. And you're going to sit back, lay back, thinking, okay, we finna cruise. We at home. We finna go ahead and win. And you hoping that the refs and the crowd get behind you and they'll mess around. You'll get what's called the F around and find out. And you're going to be shifted. You're going to be shifted back to Dallas.
I'm telling you, man, that Boston started cruising. They should have ended it. I don't care about where we are in that joker. I know you want it in Boston. I know you want it in front of your fans. I know. But I'm going to tell you something. The NBA is so unpredictable. The players play unpredictable. It's so unpredictable. You don't know. Even though you got a LeBron James and a Dwayne Wade, you don't know if when they play that game that they're going to be okay to win it. If it wasn't for a Ray Allen hitting a 3-point at the end of regulation, causing an overtime for them to have extra time to play, you pretty much would have solidified that Miami would have lost twice in a finals. That's my point. So you can't put this on. You can't say, hey, man, them boys are superstars. Yes, they are, but they streaky too. And I've been saying this since Boston been going, since they put this nucleus of team together. I said Boston is streaky, and they play streaky. They didn't have that dog coming into game 4. They did not. And if they would have, we would have closed this thing down. Boston could have that's a whole nother historical moment. You swept them in the finals. You swept the team that beat dogmatic teams coming through the West. So now you put yourself against the wall, man. They got to prove something. They got to prove something.
See, and that's the thing. I've never ever seen a team up 3-1. Now you're back against the wall because everybody's expecting you to pull this thing.
You should have closed it.
You should have closed it out.
And then to lose by almost 40. 38, what is it, 38, 39, 38? You lose by 38 points, man. To lose in that fashion and then to sit there looking at them on the bench and they all going. like just looking around. And then the interviews was, well, Dallas played great.
Lackluster.
Yeah, Dallas played great,
Lackluster.
but we still got another game. Like what? No, I would have closed that joint down. I'd have celebrated on their court. I'd have been happy. I took that trophy home to my house, and we would have had a whole nother party. We're gonna have a party in another state and in another city, and then we coming home to our state and city, and we're gonna have another party. Like I would have just blew that whole entire thing up. But
Come on,
I
man.
mean,
Come on, man.
they didn't hire me to play.
You did. They giving them life, and that's what's driving me crazy. Okay, I'm done. Okay, who wins tonight? Boston closing out.
Dallas. I think Dallas just got something. Without a Porzingis, Dallas got something to prove. I'm telling you, put Porzingis in there, it's a different ball game. With that Porzingis, Dallas got something to prove, man. I'm telling you, I feel like Kyrie finna go off tonight. Luka is gonna get his other players in the game like he's been doing against Minnesota, against the rest of them. He's gonna do it. Like I just really honestly believe Dallas is gonna pull this game off tonight. Just in my personal opinion.
I really think that it's gonna be quiet in Boston tonight. Really quiet in Boston.
It's gonna start off hot though. It's gonna start off real hot, but it's gonna get quiet. Ooh.
Please,
I can't wait.
Please,
I can't wait. I can't wait. Hey, okay. It's a lot going on today. We got a lot going on today. Come on.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a quick break. I ain't gonna be long this time. It'll be a minute and a half, and we'll be right back with more of the show. Oh my goodness, we got Clash of the Castle, and we've been wanting to get with this.
Oh yeah, and we got to talk about Raw too, because we got something big coming out in Raw. Let's go.
We'll be back. We'll be back. The A-Train Show right after this.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Welcome back to the A-Train Show here on Fuel Sports Network. Oh my goodness, chaos is about to ensue right now, and I got the man here, Robert L. Bailey Jr.
Let's get it,
man. Listen, check this out. So, Clash of the Castle was dropped yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, one of the main images from the event was this one. That one. You see that, right?
Yeah, man.
And then,
that's massive.
Now you see that, right? But
yes,
how did this happen? We got to hear. We got to hear. This is, you see Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, right? So,
yep.
Hey, one thing I will say about Clash at the Castle was I was shocked with one of the matches. One.
Yeah,
Everything else,
yeah,
one of the
yeah,
matches
man.
shocked me. I was not ready for it. I have no idea what plan they're going to go from this point on. It could be a one-off thing because of where they were.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
But I say show those pictures because we're going to save them.
Okay.
We're gonna go top to bottom. All right.
All right.
We had Cody and AJ, right? Did you see this by any chance during
Oh yeah,
that?
big fumble. Big
Did
fumble.
you see
Yeah, I
that during
did
the
see
match?
that. I
Oh
did
my
see that.
God.
I did see
I'm
that.
like,
Big
wait.
fumble.
I'm sitting there. I'm at work. I'm looking at my phone. What?
Yeah, right.
Did they do that?
Oh my goodness, man.
And
Yeah.
I'm sitting
Big
there. I was
fumble.
like, I said, "Oh, WWE don't make fumbles like that." But
Yeah.
they did.
Nah.
But that
Every
first
now and then
match,
they'll mess up. Every now and then they'll mess
yeah.
up.
But that
Yeah.
first match, Cody and AJ. Okay, I get it. We all knew the result was going to be Cody was going to retain,
Absolutely.
but it was just how that he was going to retain it.
Yeah.
And got to the end of the match where AJ got cuffed.
Yeah.
And we had to bring elements back of what was that? Breaking Point 2009.
Breaking Point. Yep.
With John Cena and Randy Orton. We had the
Yep.
cuffs and we had the keys
And the stairs.
and the stairs. Right. And so we had all of that. And have you started noticing that they're bringing little elements of past stuff into
Yeah.
this current regime? Like,
Yeah.
so that, people are going to remember it was nostalgic and stuff. May not have been the best, but
Yeah.
they're bringing it to bring our remembrance, and remember they're bringing it to also newer audiences to the WWE. So I didn't have any problem with, those elements, but the thing was seeing a bloody Cody Rhodes, you added his mother into the mix, right? And then you had AJ get bloody to the point. The way that they was playing it, Cody was gonna kill AJ.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, he asked his mama, like, should I? She's like, yes, yes. I'm like, okay. All right. Are they trying to make Cody, even though a good guy, have a bad guy image? Is this a part of them trying to be like, you've been through a lot and we've given you the pressure of the pains of growing into championship. Now that you're here, I need you to kind of make it work for you, kind of that good bad boy image type of a thing. Like,
yes, similarly to
like
what was
Triple H, even though Triple H was a good guy, at one point he turned into a bad guy that everybody loved at the end of the day, or Undertaker, when, even though he was a bad guy, it's the bad guy, good guy image type thing. So I'm wondering if they're trying to do that to him.
Seth Rollins is a good example of playing both sides of the fence. Kevin Owens is another because of how they're able to intertwine their verbiage when they're on the microphone. They can come off seeming like they're a face, and then other times they can come off seeming as a heel. And that's the cool thing about it. I don't think Cody is the heel that everybody wants him to be. You want to say hi again?
She been trying to jump in this video all this time. All right, go bye.
But I told you this a couple years back. She's gonna be a star. That's all I can see at this point.
Yeah, anytime you see a camera, she posing, wanting to do a video, something.
And she's such a cutie pie, man. Oh my goodness. And I love her spirit too. But we get back to this whole thing with Cody Rhodes, man. I know a lot of people are upset with how he's being built right now. And I'm going back to back with AJ, because I remember we had a conversation about this. He said, what's going to happen after Mania when it comes to Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes is going to finish the story, even though we didn't want him to, because we wanted to see how more it's going to extend within the, what happened with the bloodline and stuff. They chose to end it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, now where do you go from here? And I'm like, man, they got viable opponents for him. I was like, AJ Styles
Absolutely.
can get him into the mix and whatnot. Who knows? Solo can get back in. I know he's not, but my thing is he can. I don't think he will. But and people are getting upset about this. And I'm like, come on, man. Look, Cody is the champ. Cody's going to be the champ for a while. You don't think so?
I see another rival.
You seeing a shift.
Bron Breakker is about to be the paradigm of this whole entire thing. You got to remember that Bron is tearing up everybody just for a shot. You got to remember, he was the NXT heavyweight champion for a nice period.
Yes.
And during his reign, NXT blew up really, really well. I mean, it did grow. Him and Carmelo Hayes, they blew NXT up a good piece. So I see that they're building up this moment and movement of things happening that's going to lead to Bron Breakker having that shot, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Man, listen. I've been when he put Ricochet out, I wondered how they're going to utilize him. Like, I would just keep going with terrorizing people.
That's gonna work though until it's gonna be about the title. You got to consider he got to keep doing that, which is gonna build up that Steiner legacy. That's that Steiner legacy, dude, where he just running through people, man. And even I think even his dad is about to have that documentary if did not come out this week. I think his documentary is coming up. His bio is coming up.
Rick Steiner.
It's coming up soon. So Scott Steiner his bio is coming up. So at the end of the day, I think they're just it's all storylining. It's building up to a different story. But I didn't see the match turning AJ and Cody. I didn't see that turning any other way other than the way that it turned out, because I know AJ is trying to retire so he can spend more time with his family. I know they've been talking about that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what was going to be his final match until Cody. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
I'm gonna say he need to do one more in the States, you know what I mean, before he walks off. Say SummerSlam be his swan song, you know what I mean, and he leaves out. But if that was the case, then I mean it was a good match, and the way it ended was pretty much I liked the ending to me. He was about to get him, cool. And he's like, I quit.
Yeah, I quit. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I quit.
Makes sense to me.
Was good. The next match was probably the biggest shock to me of the of
the
show. The Unholy Union with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Granted, they're both from Scotland. They knocked off the champs Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. First, congratulations to them. They deserve that type of honor. Especially you think they did it because if you look at the other two matches that had people from Scotland, they was unhappy with both of them.
I mean,
happy with both.
They got to give them some kind of win, right?
That's how you looking at it.
I mean, Scotland didn't need no win. We was already dominant. What was going on? I would have rather it would have been Drew and just let CM Punk, like I said, the turn. But I mean, we both saw that CM Punk was going to have some kind of influence in the match.
There was no way that you had Judgment Day bar from ringside. It just made it easy to know that CM Punk was going to be there.
Was going to do something, yeah.
Yes. But even with the girls losing, Bianca and Jay, because those been our favorites, and a lot of us we were hurting. We was hurting by it.
Yeah. So that text feed wouldn't stop, man. My text feed would not let up. I was like, yo, I just need a chance to breathe right now, man, because I'm hurting.
I was sitting there, I was again, I'm watching the match, and I'm sitting there, a roll up.
This easy. Yeah, this
easy. 1, 2, 3 count, and I was like, well, at least it wasn't Jade. It wasn't Jade that got pinned. It was who was it? Was it Zoe that got pinned?
Yeah, it was Zoe. It was Zoe.
Because Shayna's not going to get pinned. Not on that.
Shayna was holding Bianca.
And Shayna,
and remember, J Rowe ended up rolling out of the ring and then tried to jump back in. I think the shocker for me was I think they were talking about on the after show how the ropes had gotten slippery and how the girls were having a hard time with their balance. I noticed that several times with Jade's movements, and I keep telling people, Jade is not. She's come over from AEW as a dominant female, but wrestling per se, she have to learn the technique of the entertainment part of wrestling, and I think that was the thing it showcased through this match. However, making them lose, I'm trying to understand now what would be the storyline unless they're trying to turn them against each other, power for power. But why do it now though, when there's nothing that would have caused them to be in friction before now? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like there wasn't nothing that built up to the bumping or hey, this was I was trying to tag you and you didn't tag me, or you weren't looking at something. Yeah, so stuff. Yeah. Right. There was nothing that led to it. So I'm now trying to figure out what the storyline behind them losing would be. Other than just giving the girls from Scotland a match, giving a rematch and letting them regain it back.
That's the other thing that I'm thinking of. You're gonna have to figure out, because these are your main players. They on SmackDown now.
Top tier.
If you pit them against each other, tell you folks, they want the match, but they don't want the match. They want that to be a Mania match, not a Money in the Bank match. Because my guess is this: since they losing, there's a great chance Jade Cargill is going to get in that Money in the Bank match.
That's what I was thinking. You know what I was thinking? That I think this is why they made them drop it, and I was going to suggest that too. Nia Jax is on which brand?
SmackDown.
Okay, who got the belt at SmackDown?
Bayley.
So Nia is going to win the belt against Bayley. Remember what happened at Royal Rumble. Remember what happened at who threw her over the rope? It was Jade Cargill. So in order for this to be full circle, you got to let Nia win at Rumble. You let Jade win the Money in the Bank. And then she carries it all the way to WrestleMania. You let Nia keep the belt until WrestleMania. Then that's when you make the transition to go into Jay. I can see that being a storyline now because it's been there. It's been unfolding. And you got to give her a little small matches in between and having, remember, power
for power.
Power for power. You give her a couple of Bianca Belair matches, power for power, and that's going to lead to this dominance of power with Nia and with Jade.
My biggest hope is that the way that they use these two ladies is that they do stick together, whether they are both faces or both heels. I don't need one to be over the other. With this case, and the reason why I say that is because they work well together.
They do.
And because they work well together, I can see one being happy for the other and then having that WrestleMania moment where they turn and this leads to them. But but I'm talking about down the line. So I ain't talking about now.
I can see the jealousy. I can see that being a big major issue because man, they are so dominant together. Remember, it was the big three, and I thought they was going to do the big three with Naomi to bring the trios championship to WWE because they've been talking about adding another belt.
Right,
the trios championship would have been good if you do that, but you don't have a trios group other than.
The three we just mentioned.
Damage Control. You have Damage Control, but Damage Control is on Raw. So how do you equate that? And then I thought about the Good Brothers with AJ Styles being a trio, and then you got the Final Testament with AOP
Yes.
and with
And
Cam Carrying Cross. You got that nucleus. Like, it's just a lot. Now you finna bring back the Wyatt Six, which we got to really talk about before we close this thing tonight. Yes. God bless you, Reverend. We're gonna talk about the Wyatt Six because I uncoded all of this in this last message. I uncoded it. We got to talk about it though. But anyway,
okay.
so yeah, you could have brought the Trios Championship over, and then or created a Trios Championship and give another title run to multiple people, because you got everybody coming from NXT over, and you're trying to kind of build them up to bring the brands, because half of these guys are retiring now. They're getting ready or leaving, and so you got to figure out what to do with them.
Don't get mad at us, but I understand with the whole thing with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. I know I said that I was kind of expected to see Chad Gable to get the title, and then they turn on him that way.
Yeah,
it was something different.
It was.
They turned on him again anyway. So Monday, tonight's episode is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Saying you're still a failure, and calling out his group, but you still keep losing at the end of the day. So what are we doing here? So it's gonna be interesting to see what that happens with that. Sammy's gonna try and break in, and I have a feeling he's gonna try and break in and try to help them get out of that. But there's too much of allegiance. But Chad got what's the name hurt? So see what happens.
I would like to see how that's gonna turn out, because I don't know now what the storyline with Chad Gable will be.
Oh, he's obsessed. Did you see at the end of the match how he just sat there?
Yeah, and look, he's glad. He's glad at it. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to go on a destructive mode, kind of like Kurt Angle when he didn't say much.
Yeah.
And he was just being destructive. That's kind of how they're utilizing Chad. I like that. I'd rather him be incensed. I actually want him to remove himself from the group.
Oh, yeah. Well, true. And then just go after the title all together?
By himself.
Then what do you do? Well, then what do you do with a Jey Uso? What do you do with a Carmelo Hayes? What do you do with it?
There you go. Carmelo's going to be going after that U.S. title. Him and Logan Paul can have a great match together.
I really want Jay to get that. I want Jay to get that though. I really do want Jay to get that.
Here's the problem I have with Carmelo. If Logan can do Carmelo's finishers, because remember that's how he works. He works with other people, and he can do their finishers. Yeah, that's the only way that's going to work out. Or Logan's going to have his own. For sure, going in, and I think it's the frog splash is what he uses a lot. Yeah. So that's that. Bayley and Piper Niven, we kind of knew where that was going. Yeah. Granted, Piper gave her all she had, but in the end, Bayley didn't retain.
Expected. Because we got to give this Nia Jax piece. You can't give her the belt. You can't give her the belt with Nia Jax sitting over there.
Yes, exactly. And then of course the final match was Damian versus Drew, which it had its moments, and it was actually in my opinion, a pretty good match for it to be 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it gave a good clear story of what was leading up to that point, and it looked like Drew had the match won. And of course, when you had the ref get knocked out, of course, comes down, 1, 2 stops.
Yes, sir. And I just say, give him that stare at him. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I seen it coming though. I seen it coming. No, I seen it coming. Especially when they didn't show the ref sliding in. I said, "Oh, that's CM Punk." I knew it immediately. I knew that was gonna go down like that, but I thought he was gonna count it, raise his hand, and then have Drew look at him like, Now that you won, we got that look at the end. That's the video you showed. We got that look at the end, which it could have had a better impact if you would have gave him the belt, gave him the look. Now you're going to have to lose it because now Damian is actually hurt from what sources have
being reported. Yeah, they're saying he's hurt. And if he has to drop the belt, man.
I think CM Punk even said, it was Wade Barrett even said it. It looked like it was a hamstring injury and so whatever that is, bro. If he now you finna make him drop the belt when he could have dropped it last night. It would have gave it would have gave him something to fight for to come back with. You know what I'm saying?
True. But
You
I
know,
think he
and then
addressed
giving it
a
to
little bit
Drew
too.
in Scotland would have been phenomenal.
And even if it is the case, it's saying right now nothing is conclusive. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens tonight if it's a significant injury and
Yeah.
he does have to drop the belt. And that's crazy because 2 Judgment Day members will be out due to injury, and that's going to
Yeah.
ruin Judgment Day. You're going to have to break. You literally going to have to break them up. Or they're
Then
going to wind up
then
being
what
the
do you do?
Jobber Crew.
What do you do at Royal Rumble? Because you know that belt is normally goes up at Rumble too.
True. That's again,
Ugh.
all of that is just weird,
So
man.
now you're gonna have to make a over the top battle royal or something. It's gonna have to be something that will solidify a winner because somebody got to have the belt.
I'm long overdue for a break. When we come back, we got to talk about the Wyatt Six. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the one we wanted to do. So, okay, 2 minutes, y'all. We'll be back right after this. This is the A Train Show. We in the sports pulpit right after this. Check it
Let's
out.
get it.
Same great taste. Yes. Same great taste. Same great taste.
Welcome back to the A Train Show, the A Train Arlington Lane. Of course, joining me as always is Pastor Robert L. Bailey Jr. I think we're gonna do this Monday and Friday thing. We're gonna see. We're gonna keep this thing going as much as we can. Especially,
I like it.
We're gonna do fallouts. Fallouts
Yeah.
are always great days. All right. So one of the main things during these last few weeks on WWE television, not just on one show. It's been on several shows. I even think NXT's got even on it. There has been a lot of QR codes going out.
Yeah, man.
QR codes going out, and it's leaving messages behind. And rumors are speculating that this is going to be the return of the Wyatt family, but it's going to, of course, be without Bray Wyatt because of him passing away. But we got Uncle Howdy that's coming into the mix, and we're trying to figure out who the Wyatt Six are going to be.
I got it, Reverend. Oh, I got it.
I'm the Deke. You the Rev. You got it. You say you got the answer,
got
man.
it. Oh,
you
yeah.
got it.
Well,
Trust
you know, all of these QR codes, they basically have been leading to a whole bunch of subliminal messages. Some videos, some that are just where it looks like Uncle Howdy is writing. And it is a man's hand that's writing. It's not a female. Because Alexa Bliss and Bo Dallas both are left-handed, right? And so it
Okay,
is Uncle Howdy who's writing, and he's writing these letters. Now, in these videos, though, I noticed something. Each letter had a different layout. It had different things that was written specifically in them. Like one letter said, "Hey, you had a family. They loved you at one point, and then they turned on you. Like all of a sudden, you had a family, and they were with you, and then all of a sudden they let you go, and you lost your way."
come on.
Now, when it said that, I said Dexter Loomis, because remember he was a part of the Way.
Correct.
He was a part of the family, and because he don't talk, because he don't say much, and because he ain't really I think that would lead to Dexter Loomis. That was what I saw at first. I said, okay, I got Dexter Loomis. Then it talked about
I like the group.
then there was another one that said, you had friends, but now you can't find friends. You're walking around looking for friends, and no one is there to friend you.
That sound like Nikki.
Nikki Cross.
That sound like Nikki Cross,
Because she walked around the whole entire time. That's all we kept seeing is her walking around, just staring at people or trying to be their friend. I said, that is Nikki Cross. I said, there's got to be Nikki Cross. Then it said, hey, you was a part of the family, but the mask had to be removed. And I said, Eric Rowan, because they rehired him.
Right. But they have not really formally.
They ain't put it out there yet. But they rehired him. And so Eric Rowan, remember, now watch this. I pay attention. When Bray died, mind you, Eric Rowan wasn't even a part of WWE then. And so I noticed when they did that tribute to Bray, two people who were no longer a part of WWE at that time was present. Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman. And I kept saying, oh boy. And then all of a sudden, roar, here come Braun Strowman coming down. And I'm going, yo, they rehired them without even telling anybody. So Eric Rowan is going to be the man who with the mask part. I got him. All right. Then it was another letter that went to so Eric Rowan, you had Nikki Cross. It went to you had family. You had family. You were with him. You always had his back. And because of the dynamic, something drastic happened, and you're no longer with him anymore. It's okay. I'm sent to redeem you. And that is Alexa Bliss. Because remember what happened with Randy Orton. She threw the fire and that whole entire explosion where she looked like she turned on him. I said, golly, they got her. So there go your, there's four of them. And then the other one was you had a family, but they didn't see you for who you really were. Your voice didn't matter to them. And I said, remember, Joe Gacy was over Schism, and then all of a sudden Schism started turning on him, and his voice didn't matter. So he kept saying, y'all won't listen to me. Y'all won't hear me. I just want somebody to hear me out before he left NXT. It is the greatest moment in WWE history that tonight, and there's a countdown still going on right now. I got it up. I got the countdown going right now.
Where is it?
As sure as my name is Robert Bailey Jr., the countdown right now says 6 hours, 10 minutes, 15, 14, 12 seconds.
So that's
what the countdown says.
If you're not paying attention to that, that leads to the countdown of when Monday Night Raw starts. So that means, hey, the last time we had something of this effect that had that big of an impact was when Jericho introduced himself in WWE. And you can sit back and like, well, what about Retribution and all that stuff? No. Retribution didn't have anything impactful as you thought it was. It could.
You helping me, because I'm telling you, this has been my argument. This has been my ultimate argument. This has been the argument that I had.
Okay.
This is the argument that I have. I don't know what's going on my phone. It just totally blanked out on me.
We see you though.
I don't know what just happened. But this has been my argument though, because if the YS6 is coming out today, remember we didn't have this before, but that countdown and the QR code from Clash at the Castle was to show the countdown.
The massacre is coming.
That is time. And I started counting. I'm like, wait a minute. It leads to 7:00 p.m. It's gonna lead to 7:00 p.m. today. And it's gonna open up with this doggone explosion of what I'm telling you. I just see it's gonna be banana.
Hey,
It's gonna be banana.
And it's in Corpus Christi, Texas. So it's gonna go down tonight on Raw. And I'm really hoping that it's all the hype. You know what? I take it back. If nothing happens, do not be disappointed. Do not be disappointed if it don't happen at that very moment.
Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna happen in the night though. At some point,
the shock.
It's gonna happen in the night because it's too guaranteed. It's too guaranteed now based on the countdown. What was the point of the countdown other than to expose something else?
Right. And then
so what would be the reasoning for it?
It's got to be a shock value that's going to bring the people to the TV. You know what I mean? It's and
I'm already bald head, man. I'm already bald head. I ain't got no hair. And yeah, this is I'm excited. I want to see how this is going to pan out. I want to really see how this is going to work. And I want to see them work it the right way. Because I think it's a great way to work this. Where we get a sense of Bray, but then we get a sense of Bo. Like I want to get a sense of the transition of what Uncle Howdy meant and why it took Bray strategically getting Uncle Howdy into the play line. I think this is gonna work out well.
And I think that's the thing, man. I'm actually pretty ecstatic that WWE was able to keep Bo Dallas. Granted, he had been under wraps for a long time.
Yeah.
And that now his moment is about to happen. It's going to happen faster than we have expected. And I was like, you got to remember, Alexa Bliss, she's just coming back from having her baby. And I really think she was the defining factor because it was a timetable on when she was going to return.
I agree with that. And her workouts. She's been working out with the at the center. Yeah. So at the performance center. So that's great because she's now getting back into the habit and routine. And she's been working out with Nikki Cross. That it leaked in some sense that a picture of them working out in the underground is what got this started. So y'all, this is good.
Listen,
this is good.
I know y'all looking at us like, dude, what is there to be excited about? If you ain't a wrestling fan, this is not for you. I'm telling you this right now. If you're not a WWE fan, this is not for you. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah, buddy.
It's gonna be everything. And we getting on the road to Money in the Bank, which is now, let's understand, folks, this is now the top 5. This is now the big 5. This is no longer the big 4 like it used to be. You have 2 events in the beginning of the year, 1 in the middle of the year, 2 in the middle of the year, and 1 to close out the year, the Survivor Series. Survivor Series is now the last pay-per-view of the year. So with that being said, you got to have something big for Money in the Bank, and then you got to have something big for SummerSlam. Now, if I remember, SummerSlam is in Cleveland this year. I was like, okay, Logan Paul is going to be there for that, right? I'm looking for something big for the YS6 here in this case. And I need it. They don't even have to. If I'm seeing disappearances from people that you normally would see out there and then they disappeared, the effect is happening. I even go with the people on commentary. You don't hear Michael Cole's voice?
What? I'm listening.
If you don't hear Michael Cole's voice, I'm just throwing out an idea. I ain't saying it's gonna happen. Michael Cole don't show up because remember, Samantha Urban wasn't there. Paul and Pat McAfee wind up doing the announcer duties, right? Crazy things can happen. Crazy things can happen, man. And if Michael Cole ain't out there,
let me ask you a question. What do you watch? What do you watch tonight? Do you watch Raw or do you watch the NBA Finals? What do you watch? We are stuck in a conundrum.
I'm watching
between the two.
No, I'm not. Remember, folks, the NBA Finals does start to 7:30 Central Standard Time, which gives me 30 minutes to see the opening of Monday Night Raw at 7 o'clock. So I am good. I have no conundrum to deal with because I'm not watching the 30 minutes of that pregame show. I ain't worried about it.
I got that. After that 30 minutes, though.
That's what's gonna be the tough part. I'm gonna try to, because they both coincide.
Like you're gonna miss some action in one of the two. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh,
I don't know.
I will tell you this. I'm gonna follow the score, but I'm gonna be watching Raw. If it gets anywhere near interesting to the game, I'm gonna switch to the game. But if Raw keeps my attention, Raw's gonna be here.
So I got myself set up. I got myself set up. As you can see, I'm in my entertainment room.
Yeah.
So I got myself set up.
There, man. I'm like,
I got my entertainment stuff. All my entertainment gears in
one
here.
thing. I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I got my TV right there, and I'm gonna have another TV right underneath it. So I'm gonna have both of them playing. I'm gonna have one set of earbuds in one ear and the other set of earbuds in the other ear, and I'm just gonna listen to both. Because I can't miss. I can't miss the madness of Monday. This is what we call Monday Night Madness.
Yes,
it's about to be bananas. Today is a great day in sports across the board. Let's just have a great conversation.
That's what I love about it, man. I almost wish you could come on Wednesday, but I already know you got prior commitments because I'm up against you.
Yeah, my that and we come on at the same time too, 12 o'clock.
I'm sorry, sir, but that was the only time I could do. Yeah.
You're gonna miss me on Wednesday, but I'll be back Friday though.
Yeah,
because we're gonna have another conversation after Thursday's game because it's gonna be a game after today. I just honestly believe Dallas is gonna do something to bring them back to Dallas.
Listen, and folks, I'm gonna see in this problem is I'm gonna be at work, and so the problem for me is I told you I'm gonna have a score up, and then I'm gonna have my phone up for Raw, and so if the score get interesting on the game, then I'll switch over to the game. Thankfully enough, I'm able to watch both on my phone. So it's gonna determine to me what the score is. If Dallas is ahead, I'm going ahead and switch over there, see what's going on with that. Okay. Back to Raw. But Raw is gonna be there tonight because I definitely gotta have it. I'm gonna get myself prepared. 6:45. If I have a customer, I'm going to step away come 7 o'clock.
I'm gonna get my Crunchy Munch ready, man, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be
popcorn ready, baby.
I'm gonna get my Crunchy Munch ready, Doc, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole interesting night.
It's gonna be a barn.
The fellas was talking about coming over here, and I told them, I said, look, y'all, I ain't missing nothing tonight at all. Like everything is going down. I almost was inclined to go to the church, turn that LED wall on, and shoot.
It's a barn banger, boy. It's a barn banger for sure, man.
Just sit up there at the church and be like, hey, yo, you want to come and watch it? It's going down. This is almost like the fight. So let's get it.
Hey, the next time I'm going to bring them on. I'm going to have to bring them on because I want to hear their thoughts about that stuff. So that's a little surprise for the boys. The boys, they want to, they're gonna bring the boys on, see if they want.
All they need is opportunity. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get them Friday. Let's have a conversation with them.
We're gonna
Friday.
get the boys
Let's
on
see
there.
What they gonna say, because Monday gonna blow them up, and them boys gonna be with me anyway. So yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
let's have a conversation.
We
with
got to
you,
get
Brian.
out of here. The end is near. Pastor Robert L. Bailey Jr. will be back Friday. We're going to do another fallout, and hopefully we're going to finish off with the finals. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Just Be Jerky, W Energy Product, True Victory Apparel, Mac Dougal Bats, and Royal Retros. Thank you so much. We will catch y'all next time, Wednesday at noon at the same
Let's
time.
get it.
Right here on Fuel Sports Network. He'll be back on Friday.
Yup. Peace
See
and hair grease,
y'all.
man.
That's it.
Yes,
Peace
sir.
and hair grease, baby. We out of here. See y'all. This is the A Train Show right here on Fuel Sports Network.